Urban legends and ghost stories have long fascinated generations. The sense of the macabre and mystery often creates that thrill on a place, object, or even person. And Cebu sure has a bunch of scary tales that will surely keep you awake at night. So today we will be looking at urban legends and ghost stories in Cebu at this Historya Halloween special, Haunted Heritage. But before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the Kabilin Center channel. It will help us create more content for you. Now, are you ready to... Look out, Harry Potter fans! There is a snake monster in town. And this monster is said to reside in the old Robinson's Mall across Fuente Osmeña. Though the urban legend gained prominence in Robinson's Malls in Metro Manila, this eerie legend had its origins in the first Robinson's Mall in Cebu. Legend has it that a half-man, half-snake dwells within the mall, and this monster is said to be one of the children of Robinson's founder, the late John Gokongwei Jr. Allegedly the twin brother of Robina Gokongwei, John's daughter, the creature is claimed to have devoured some unfortunate female shoppers during the 1990s. There are claims that whenever the monster is hungry, he will pick one beautiful shopper that uses one of the dressing rooms in the department store. The floor is then said to open, plummeting the unlucky girl to a series of pipes and slides her into the human snake's chamber. The human snake will then rape the girl before eating it. Other versions of the legend also persisted. One account speaks of the mirrors as hidden doors towards the monster's chamber, and another about falling not into pipes but to a dark basement where the monster is kept. One sensational story involves the actress Alice Dixon, who supposedly saw the monster and escaped from being raped and eaten. Skeptics later claimed that Dixon's story was purely publicity. The story gradually began to fade away during the 2000s, but an incident at Robinson's Dumaguete, where a female customer went missing, revived the urban legend. Whether the stories were true or not, it surely continues to frighten shoppers to this day. Normalites or students from the Cebu Normal University would probably tell you a thing or two about the hauntings at this prestigious school. In fact, there is a section within the school paper, Ang Suga, that occasionally shares the hauntings witnessed by students and teachers. Stories about hearing cries of pain and incomprehensible Japanese shouting piercing through the walls had been reported. Janitors and security guards that work late at night and who probably got the scariest job in campus reportedly spotted military men patrolling the grounds and disappearing like vapor in front of the admin building. Screams of torture were also heard around the lower floors and in the nursing classrooms. The reason behind this? Well, the school, known then as the Cebu Normal School, was turned into by the Japanese military during World War II. Hundreds of guerrillas and sympathizers were brutally tortured and killed. And prison cells of the past are now the class of today, and people within the university continues to hear screams inside these classrooms to this day. The Parian is among the oldest districts in Cebu, so it is no surprise that it is riddled with ghost sightings and hauntings. Stories tell of ghosts residing in old house museums like the Jesuit House and Casa Gorordo. Many accounts tell of apparitions of a headless priest, marching soldiers, and a white lady along the narrow streets of the area. Among the old tales in Parian tell about the grisly murder of 7 Jesuits by a single man. It was then said that the murderer carved a cross in the walls of the Jesuit house. Many believe that the priests remained as guardians as they were said to appear now and then. During the Gabi sa Kabilin or Night of Heritage event of 2014, a photo was taken of a shadowy figure in the background. This figure is said to be the ghost of one of the priests. Another tale involves Casa Gorordo Museum. Visitors who visit the house claim to see a beautiful lady traversing in its halls. The lady is said to be the late old spinster of the house. Like the priests, she is regarded as a silent guardian of the house. And it is just right to acknowledge that we shouldn't look at these spirits as malevolent, but as hidden caretakers of heritage that deserve our respect and prayers. Now this is one that will surely draw shivers down your spine. Minda Mora was an attractive, talented student from the South Campus of the University of San Carlos in Cebu. She had a knack for acting and a passion for performing. She often showcased her talents in the school's cultural center. But one night, Minda came out late from her rehearsals while security guards were roaming the school grounds. One of the guards saw a shadowy figure moving in the darkness. Fearing that it was a burglar, he shot at the figure. When he checked the body, he found out that it was that of Minda Mora. Another version of the story states that she was raped by the roving guards, and another account that she committed suicide on the mezzanine floor. To this day, nobody knew what happened to Minda Mora, but her restless soul remained in the campus, haunting and scaring students and school personnel. It is believed that she continues to haunt the Rudolf Rahman Cultural Center. Students rehearsing in the center were said to have heard her cries and footsteps. And the creepiest part, it is said that if someone mocks a nervous or bad performer on stage, that person reportedly dies a few days later. Scary. You're most likely familiar with Disney's Haunted Mansion. A big old house with a tragic past and a creepy vibe. And this has been the stereotypical horror house formula. But little do you know that such a haunted mansion also exists here in Cebu. The Villalon Mansion is a grandiose residence that sits on top of a hill just behind the Cebu provincial capital. You have probably spotted this too. The mansion is owned by the Villalon family, one of Cebu's most prominent families. Legend says that the family used to host luxurious parties in this residence during the 1950s and 60s. But in the 80s, the family migrated abroad and the house remained abandoned ever since. Despite being abandoned, the house remains restricted to the public, and people have since then been curious as to what is inside the mansion. So it is no surprise that stories and legends surround the creepy abandoned mansion. There have been several reports from nearby residents stating that there had been sightings of a lady dressed in white standing by one of the windows while staring at the streets. Many have also claimed to hear a lady singing or humming an old-fashioned melody every full moon. One driver even claimed to have dropped off a lady passenger dressed in white in front of the gate, and then the latter disappears. Noises of children playing were also reported. To this day, many are still wondering as to who the white lady is and who the children are. But one thing is for sure, walking along the mansion at night is not for the faint of heart. You have probably seen an abandoned building in ruins along the South Road Properties or SRP. This is the Compa Maritima building. The Compa Maritima had a long history that spans over a century. Known back then as the Fernandez Building, It was later occupied by Shamrock Hotel during the 1930s. The structure was nearly destroyed during World War II, was repaired, and then became the Compa Maritima main office. Despite being one of the largest shipping companies in Cebu, Compa Maritima filed for bankruptcy during the 1980s and closed. It remained abandoned ever since. Today, it is already declared a heritage site due to its American-style edifice. But within its hollow walls, mysterious sightings became a commonplace. Passerby and drivers have reported seeing entities standing and walking around the deserted building at night. Nobody really knows what goes on within the Compa Maritima at night. During the day, it stays silent. So what do you think about these urban legends and ghost stories? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below and share to us your own horror stories. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the Kabilin Center channel for more interesting facts you would like to hear, and we hope to see you in the next episode.